concentradito, bien concentrado.
In mixed martial arts, they call that dirty boxing.
Dirty boxing.
Holding on the inside and throwing the arms and forearms. Dirty boxing is a big part of the striking game in the mixed martial arts, not here.
And interesting right there, the corner of Munoz is telling him combinations.
All right, here we go. Round number 7. Scheduled for 12. I got Maharis out in front by 3 points in the fight right now. It might be closer depending on if any judges gave the last round to Munoz, and that way it wouldn't be a 2-point round and it would be a whole lot closer. And here's Munoz picking up the pace now. And this is the fight that he wants to fight.
But what he's doing good right now here, though, Colonel, he was able to close off. He didn't let Mijares get out of there.
And finally, he puts his arm up there and says, look who's holding now. There's the shoulder again. Right now, Munoz is having a real good 7th round.
And it's that uppercut. He got in a couple uppercuts inside there, but he's crouching down. That's something he did in the first round. Fighting from a crouch, and he's back to doing that.
Well, this is the fight he wants to fight. He's got to dictate this fight as a war, not a boxing match. I don't think he can win the boxing match, but this kind of fight now, the head comes forward again as a battering ram, catches him with the right hand, misses with the left hand.
And he's trying to come back now with that straight right. See, the straight rights all of a sudden come back.
And he's got him into the corner where he wants him, then drags him further into it and lets Shirley do his job. But the flow that was going so well for Maharis, although he landed a shot there and the people loved it, but the flow is not there right now because Munoz is trying to smother him by staying real aggressive. You see, he's using his forearm, and surely at some stage he's got to tell Maharis, hey, you can't use your forearm to push him down either.
Both of them right there, landed right there. But that's exactly what Munoz has to do. Stay straight. Right there, just go straight at him.
Let the right hand go and let it go more. In here, let it fly, as he did, but didn't have a lot of power on it. That time he got through with it, but Maharis able to duck away from most of this damage. And then he comes back with his own combination. So kind of a seesaw round here with a little under a minute to go in round number 7 in the scheduled 12-rounder.
And Colonel, you've seen enough fights in your time to know that there's some great guys that know how to steal around. And right now, right in that 30-second mark is the time when a fighter can steal around.
The best in the world, Ali at that, and Ray Leonard, they both had the same trainer, Angelo Dundee, who taught them how to steal rounds. And, when you're in the hometown of Maharis, you want to finish real strong because the slightest thing Maharis does in the last 15 seconds, this crowd will go nuts. Maharis is boxing a little bit better now, but I think Munoz has had a pretty good 7th round.
And there's a warning right there. Warned Mijares about punching behind the head.
Yeah, and it's about time he does that. Keep this thing fair. As Maharis has done a little bit of hanging on as well, and certainly his share of holding, but he's been more slick about it than has Munoz. The bell ends the 7th. I think that's a Munoz round.
I'm going with Munoz. Munoz gets that one. In the corner, they were urging him to go ahead and go straight at him and throw combinations. And that's what he finally started doing. Here he is fighting inside, throwing that uppercut, and making it brawl.
Well, this is some of his best action since back in the first and second round of the fight.
Although that sequence right there, that was a great one right there by Mijares. Throwing some excellent combinations inside, showing that hand speed. And right there's where the referee right there will warn. And there's a punch. There's a counter by Mijares.
And John Shirley warns both of them. They're fooling the guy from California.
Reminds me of that Richard Pryor, but he said, here, take this one with you. Gives him that one more shot.
That's it. Coming up to round number 8. Gomez Palacio in Durango, Mexico. A jam-packed crowd, and now time is called. See what the problem is here
it's
now.
Wet, the corner. John Shirley was able to notice that right off the bat, that how wet that corner was. I remember doing the fight down there in Cancun when Mijares did fought Frank Gorgeau. It was during a torrential downpour, and the only cover was over the ring.
Round number 8 action continues. Munoz clips him with the left hand. Mijares trying to get back in that gear that he had through 3, 4, 5, and 6.
And watch right there, Munoz. Use the left hand to tie up Mijares.
Mijares, the southpaw. We haven't seen that straight right hand right down the middle to catch this guy flush coming in, but he's done a nice job with his jab. What Shirley's wanting him about that time, I guess.
Well, he was trying to separate him, but he didn't do it convincingly, and all of a sudden, Mijares saw the opening, and he went right in.
Unless they're really tied up, I'd let these guys go. And Shirley's doing a pretty good job of it. He's a good referee. Round 8 action continues. A couple of minutes to go in the 8th round. Shirley continues to try and keep these guys fighting clean. And I think basically, he did the job when he had to. He took the point away back in the 6th round for the holding, and after several warnings against Munoz. Mijares has got away with a few things and a little bit of acting in that 6th round that helped encourage the point, but that's all part of it.
Well, even his uncles taught him that, how to act in the ring. That worked also. Every strategy, every possible thing you can do in the ring to go ahead and get a win, he's learned.
Right now they're just succeeding. Now that time Mijares set him up with the right shoulder. You see him pushing back with the shoulder?
Yep.
They caught with the right hand coming in, countered with the left hand. Both guys got nailed with shots that time. Nobody's been shaken. I think that Munoz got hurt more than Mijares did with that exchange of heavy punches.
Yes,
Look at the heels right now, Benny, of Munoz.
And not only that, but all the punches that he's throwing and he's missed, Colonel, that takes a lot of energy out of a fighter. And that's what we have right here. This is a guy in superb condition. If he wasn't in the kind of condition that he's in, he might be out on his feet about now. Because he has thrown a lot of punches and missed a lot of punches.
He's a little on the frustrated side right now because Shirley told him basically to shut up. He was doing a lot of jarring and complaining, and Shirley said, hey, just keep it, zip it up, pal. And he's come back strong since then. He's annoyed right now.
But every time he gets ready to throw a big punch, Mijares is there. Just enough blocking him, just landing enough to just break that base of power on the part of Munoz. Right there.
Oh, big left hook that time. And he has the hang on this time is Munoz. He's trying to get some bounce back in his legs. He was caught with a good left hook. And that fairly even round turns now in favor of Mijares for sure.
And look how smart Munoz is. Hanging on.
He's a little bit out on his feet right now is Munoz. Mijares hurt him. That's the first time. I thought he was shaking a little bit earlier in the round, but clearly he was shaking with about maybe 15 seconds, 12 seconds to go in the 8th round. That's a nice round for Mijares.